A very good morning to all of our listeners. Welcome to today's episode of the Outfield Show Stream, where all the cricket is condensed in a podcast and brought straight to you. Today is a Tuesday, which means we are going to celebrate Triumphant Tuesday, which will bring to you an inspirational story from the world of cricket. But before we jump into today's episode, do follow us on Instagram at the Outfield Show Stream and on YouTube at the Outfield Show. Enjoy today's episode of Triumphant Tuesday. Hardik Pandya comes across as this confident, fun loving personality, a style icon for the youth in modern India. But his story is full of humble starts and grounded beginnings. Hardik Pandya was born on 11th October 1993 in Surat in Gujarat. His elder brother, Krunal Pandya, always was passionate about the game. He, in his society, used to play cricket with his friends, and one day, Himanshu Pandya, Hardik's and Krunal's father, saw Krunal Pandya play some amazing shots, and he was more than impressed. He thought Krunal has a natural talent of the game. Krunal also reciprocated because he also shared the same passion for the game. Himanshu decided that he'll put his elder son to pursue his cricketing career. Hardik, on the other hand, the smaller child, he was least interested in the game. But looking at Krunal Pandya play the game, he found a new love for the bat and ball. He decided that he'll also pursue cricket as a full fledged career, and he gave up his education to focus on cricket. He studied till the ninth grade, and then it was all about the Hardik Pandya story. What we from the outside saw is an astounding three-dimensional player going to be making his debut for the country against Australia in a three-match T20 international series played down under. It wasn't long though that Hardik Pandya also made his test debut in 2017 against Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. The icing on the cake here was that Hardik Pandya scored a magnificent 100 against the Lankans in Palakele in the third test match. He had now knocked the doors of the selectors, and how Hardik Pandya was to achieve the pinnacle of his success. He was going to become a regular in the Indian team. But don't judge a book by its cover yet. It's because Himanshu Pandya and his family made a lot of sacrifices for their two sons to make a name for themselves. Himanshu Pandya had a small car financing business in Surat, and at that they were doing quite well. Hardik's childhood never saw financial instability. To help his sons realize their dream, he decided for his family to move to Vadodara and got them enrolled at the Kiran More Academy when Hardik was just 5 in order for them to get the best cricketing facilities. They stayed in a rented apartment in Gaura, and Himanshu continued business here. Both brothers later on used a second-hand car to travel to the ground. But it was now, Hardik's teenage years, that their financial fortunes had taken a U-turn. His car finance business didn't work in Vadodara, and Himanshu was a diabetic patient. He suffered 2 heart attacks in this course, and he was forced to stay at home and give up on his work considering his health. The lone earner of the family now at home, Hardik and Krunal struggled to make ends meet. Hardik and his elder brother started using their talents to support their family when they were mere teenagers. They used to go to nearby villages to play local tournaments for village teams like Jambuja 11 for a fee of rupees 400 to 500. The reward though? Food on the plate and normal life for a week. But during this phase, Looking at their father's grave health and the family's financial position, Kiran More came to the rescue as he refused to take any fees from the Pandya brothers. As they say, in order to achieve your dreams, you require a lot of hard work, dedication, and an awful lot of efforts. And that's exactly what the Pandya brothers did. They spent their entire days on the cricket ground practicing and improving their game. And what did they eat? With 5 rupees in their pocket, 2-minute noodles, warm water from the gardener. You add that warm water in those 2-minute Maggi noodles, and bam, there you have breakfast and lunch for not just one day, but for 365 days on a trot. This hard work and success put the Pandya brothers forward, and they never gave up. Even after leaving the ground, after spending a whole day on it, after being so tired, they had different struggles on the outside because they had a lot of debt, and even when they have had 10 rupees in their pocket, they had to give it away. Having 5 rupees for another packet of Maggi for the next day's breakfast and lunch became a task. It was the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy of 2014, where both Pandya brothers represented Baroda as their respective side. Both brothers had only one bat to share, and a lot of times it happened that Hardik Pandya was batting in the middle, but Krunal Pandya was due to go next anytime a wicket fell, and he didn't have a bat. Who came to the rescue? None other than Irfan Pathan. Time and again, Irfan Pathan used to lend his badge to the Pandya brothers. And as they say, hard work puts you where good luck can find you. That's exactly what happened with Hardik Pandya. When Luke Wright, the ex-head coach of Mumbai Indians, spotted Hardik Pandya in the Syed Mushtaq Ali game and was impressed by Hardik Pandya's brute force and the power he possessed. What happened later on? Mumbai Indians went on picking him for 10 lakh rupees in the 2015 auction. The money has become much bigger now, but everything changed since then, and their family became financially stable. Hardik and Krunal had gifted their father a car, and they were struggling to pay those EMIs. They had to hide their car, fearing that it would be taken away. But after this buy, Hardik not only paid the EMI but also bought a new car. All said and done, but what was this big turning point in Hardik Pandya's cricketing career? What made Hardik Pandya a familiar face? It was his half century against Kolkata Knight Riders in his debut edition in 2015 in the Indian Premier League. But more than that, it was his 8-ball 21 that made him a recognized face and name. Hardik Pandya though originally wasn't supposed to play that game because a day prior to that, he had a terrible neck sprain. He couldn't even move his neck properly. But it was the Mumbai trainer Paul Chapman who walked up to Hardik and questioned him that if he really wants to miss the game because of a neck sprain, he said he doesn't care. He should have painkillers and get on with the game. Even with 10 overs in the game, Hardik couldn't move his neck properly. But after having 5 painkillers, Hardik did play that game. Hardik did play that knock, and Hardik became a name in every Indian's dictionary. Hardik Pandya had made a grand entry into the cricketing world. He was going to be a part of the Indian cricket team very soon. Hardik Pandya thanked and hugged Paul Chapman because he believes that if he hadn't played that game, he wouldn't have been where he is right now. Sachin Tendulkar also had a lot of belief in this young man. He was really impressed by the force and power this man had. Sachin Tendulkar went on and told Hardik that he can play for India in less than 18 months if he continues to put up his A game. He had a long chat with Hardik Pandya and he told him that he should take time initially when he goes there to bat. Hardik Pandya took Sachin's advice and visibly, because when he scored his maiden test century against Sri Lanka, his first 50 came in 61 balls and next 50 came in just 25 balls. Hardik Pandya was selected in the Indian squad solely because of his talent. This century could have come much earlier, and that too in a match like the Champions Trophy final against Pakistan. However, his valiant knock of 76 runs of just 43 deliveries was cut short by an unfortunate run out. Nevertheless, things happen as they're destined to be, and more importantly, Pandya had a lot of time on his side. He is just 27 years old and he has a lot of cricket still left in him. Hardik Pandya's natural playing style is being aggressive and taking on the bowlers, and he found a profound respect in the modern version of fast-paced cricket. And he used this style to succeed in the test arena as well. But Pandya's transition from a limited overs player to a test player didn't happen overnight. A lot of credit goes to the India A tour in 2016. He played some very good knocks in that series. In one match, India wanted 23 runs to win in 19 balls against Australia A. Hardik Pandya thought it would be a walk in the park, but India ended up losing that match by one run, courtesy run out of Hardik Pandya. Rahul Dravid was the coach of India A, and he walked up to Hardik Pandya and just said one thing. He wasn't angry, but he said that Hardik Pandya should start finishing the games because that's what he'll be doing for India in the future. Huge boots in terms of Mahendra Singh Dhoni's retirement are yet to be filled. It'd be interesting to see if the man Hardik Pandya, with the firepower he has, he can fit those boots and fill that void MS Dhoni has left in the lower middle order. Hardik Pandya cherishes his struggling days though. He says, what is enjoyment when there's no struggle? He recalls his under 19 days when he used to come to Mumbai to play a lot of matches and he used to take pictures with the Trident Hotel in the backdrop. But years later, he stayed there. And that's Hardik Pandya for you. His life has come a full circle. His lifestyle may have changed, but he's the same person from within. He also recently got married to Natasha and also is blessed with a baby boy, Agastya. Hardik Pandya's father unfortunately passed away earlier this year, but Hardik Pandya is a fighter and remains a fighter. Everything that he suffered might seem to be worth the success to him now. And yes, he loves his Maggi, his 2-minute noodles, and he still eats it. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Triumphant Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and for more such content, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. The links are mentioned in the description below. See you tomorrow with an episode of Wednesday Wisdom. Until then, see ya.